So the leaks were real. Impressive. Still mad ugly though. Before I open this review of chapter 74 of Dragon Ball Super, please do me a favor and leave your own thoughts on the chapter in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Now, let's get into it. What's up guys, Douglas Pencil here, and here we are to review chapter 74 of Dragon Ball Super's manga, known as Vegeta versus Granolah, aka Vegeta gets washed by Granolah, aka Vegeta gets a new form, aka the form is still wet. I'm just gonna keep messing with y'all with that. But anyway, let's hop into the chapter. Well, see, the thing is, this chapter, it has cool concepts in it, and I will readily admit that. But essentially, it literally just is Vegeta versus Granolah. That's it. That's the entire chapter. And it's essentially Vegeta, like, teaching Granolah a thing or two. And that's very, very impressive. I actually like to see that. But if I had to say the chapter overall, I'm glad with what Toyotaro and Toriyama, I'm assuming, decided to do with Vegeta's character here. That's the most interesting part of this chapter. I care about it more than the transformation at the end. I care about it more than the entire fight that we had. I care about it more than Granolah right now, because Granolah's kind of whack right now. Not gonna lie. But actually, there are some interesting things I do want to mention in this chapter, going piece by piece. So, we open up at the beginning. We see that Vegeta is like, you know, tricks like fusion and clones won't work on me. And I get mentioning clones, because Granolah just popped one out. What about fusion? Like, what was that even mentioned for? Like, I guess maybe he thought, like, Granolah refused or, like, defused, and then he fused back into himself or something like that. I don't know. The fusion mention was weird. I get the clone mention, though. That one makes sense. So I guess Vegeta can just pop clones, since they're technically sort of not. I guess they're technically a type of energy. Does Spirit Fission work on clones? I guess so. Because, that's weird, though. Because who would you return the energy to? Because that would just be energy from the user. It's not like a user, to make a clone, is taking energy from the environment and making it into a clone. They're taking their own energy most of the time and just making something else. That's weird. I wonder how I wonder how Spirit Fission interacts with the clones, and like if it varies from clone type to clone type, because there could be times where you make it like an environmental clone and the energy you use returns back to the environment after you Spirit Fission. I don't know. It's a very weird line. I know it's like 2 seconds in the very opening of this chapter. It doesn't deal with anything, but still, it's something that I want to take note of. Oh, also another thing to take note of: the Ceruleans are The Ceruleans are. Wait, is it the Ceruleans? No, it's the Sugarians. Sorry, the Sugarians are evacuating the city because Granola's going dumb right now. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that Granola's being like. I'm also hoping like this has to do with the wish or something like that, or like the power is going to his head or something, because Granolah was a way more interesting character before he became this big, boring, ha ha ha, I'm the strongest in the universe, bada bing, bada boom, I'm gonna kill you Saiyans, even though I could have done it like probably 2 chapters ago, going on 3 pretty much, and still haven't done it, because, you know, strongest in the universe, gotta make y'all Saiyan stuff. Yeah, this is just, I'm not gonna lie, Benora. Benora and White? Yeah, if any of y'all get that reference, drop it in the comments section down below. You remember Benora and Whites? But anyway, in terms of like Granola's character right now, he gets more and more boring by the chapter. It's, you know, it's bad when Oatmeal, a character who we don't know if is actually a character or just Granola's AI, is telling Granolah, "Ayo, buddy, both Saiyans said they were not working for Frieza. Both Saiyans haven't really tried to kill you. Both Saiyans are just Saiyans. Like, there's no reason to be a whole racist, bro. Like, you can chill out." I guess speciesist. Yeah, there's no reason to be a whole speciesist, bro. Chill out. And I was like, no, they're just turning on Frieza to save their own skins because they don't want to fight me, Granolah, the strongest in the universe. Like, that's it. I don't know. Like, that's boring. I hate that. I don't know. Granolah, the way he was introduced, was way more interesting. But, like, every single chapter we get to see this Granolah, he just falls lower and lower down the villain chart. Like, him and Pilaf are fighting right now. And I'm talking about Dragon Ball Super Pilaf. So, you know it's bad. But to be fair, I think this is just playing into Granola's character right now, and like he's gonna redeem himself from this. But at least right now, while we're in the fall leading towards redemption, this is kind of cheeks, I'm not gonna lie. However, the two hop into battle. Vegeta's like, "These are your stance." What? Yeah, Vegeta's wait. First he's like, "Yo, you wanna talk about this?" And Granola's like, "Nah, bro, I gotta kill you." Vegeta's like, "I bet." And the two instantly hop into battle. And like, I kind of don't get. I mean, Vegeta makes a Hakai wall. And I guess that's what it's supposed to be. Like, he blows up all these stones around Granolah, and they do nothing because Granola's built different right now. I think he literally blitzes out of there. I'm not sure if he dodges it or gets hit and just... I think he dodges it. I don't think he actually gets hit by the Akais, because he does appear right behind Vegeta and just lands. And then he proceeds to do the Hakai on another object, which is basically just confirming that when Granolah wished to be the strongest in the universe, it included their powers. So it makes me wonder, like, did Granolah get any biological perks from that? Like, does Granolah have access to Zenkais? Or is it just the techniques? Because if it's just the techniques, that's one thing. But even then, that means he should have, like, some form of Ultra Instinct, too. Like, if he really did manage to just get, like, a piecemeal or, like, an appetizer of the strongest of everybody in the universe, from the Hakai to the evolved version of instant transmission to, like, the whole evolved version of the multiform technique, like, Granolah just seems to have better versions of everyone's techniques. So does that mean, like, Granolah could have access to, like, a Golden Frieza kind of thing? Maybe a Super Saiyan transformation? I know that's reaching super duper far. Haha, super duper Dragon Ball Super. Okay, I'm stopped. But the thing is, that is reaching a lot. But with the way that it's just being constantly portrayed that Granolah got, like, everything with that wish, and for good reason, he sacrificed a lot of his lifespan. I'm really wondering, like, what's my man's limits, really? Like, what can he not do? More so, what can he do? Because I feel like he can do almost anything. And we can see that by how he interacts with Vegeta and just instantly pops that man in the gut, knocks him back. And I think he's still, I know he wants him to suffer. I guess that's the only reason he's not instantly executing Vegeta. Because when he pops Vegeta in the stomach right there, Vegeta cannot react. Vegeta is sent flying and he's cut bleeding. But this is the same Granolah that one-shot a mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. And yes, while Goku was tired, a little bit weaker, that's still a feat that is insane. He did that with one tap. You're telling me this whole punch to the gut? I know it hit a vital point, so the vital point was probably way more effective than this gut punch. But even still, I feel like Vegeta's super impressive for standing here, unless Granolah's just suppressing himself again because Granolah. And we get to see that Vegeta's sort of like, he's playing the long game with Granolah, like just consistently fighting him. Like the two are like throwing blows, knocking hands around, swinging. Then Granolah finally gets the advantage. He kicks Vegeta into the water and just starts like rapid firing sniper shots. And the weird thing is, I mean, I guess this is, I once again wonder, is Granolah suppressing himself here? Because at least with the speed he just displayed not 5 seconds ago, or I guess 5 pages ago, he literally was able to blitz Vegeta after being how far away from him? Like literally being a good distance away. He managed to blitz in front of Vegeta and then instantly punch him in the gut. So I'm kind of shocked that these shots just keep on missing, especially since Granolah is like a trained sniper. Like that's his whole gimmick, bro. So how are you missing these shots, buddy? And like Vegeta's literally just hiding underwater. I feel like that super advanced eye that lets you see vital points and stuff, where people's weaknesses are, should allow you to like catch them down or something. Stop holding back, bro. This is what I'm assuming. If not, then Granolah's aim is just trash. But then finally, we get to see Granolah. He gets a little bit of help from Oatmeal. And see, I hate Oatmeal's name, but I really want to meet the dude. If he's an actual person, want to meet him. If he's an actual AI, I want to know. Because he seems very, very helpful, but we never get to hear much out of him. But then we get to see Granolah pulls back with something interesting. Like, this reminds me, for any of my 7 Deadly Sins fans out there, this definitely reminds me of, like, Gother's move. Like, when he pulls back and has, like, the twin bow arrow, except, like, it removes the bow part. It's just like a whole sniper shot. He fires it like a bow and arrow. Except like he holds the fingers together and then to release the shot, he opens them up. It's a very cool ability. It's a very cool ability look wise, but it's not even really that effective because Vegeta is able to stop it. And I'm not sure if how he stops it is by Hakai or just by like squishing it really, really hard, because the panel says squeeze and then it does like the bubbly effect, but it doesn't destroy anything else. Well, to be fair, Hakai energy has always been shockingly isolated. So maybe, never mind, that makes sense. But even if he did use Hakai, that's still very impressive on Vegeta's part. I'm assuming Granolah was going for the kill. That looked like a very different level shot that Vegeta couldn't just instantly dodge and he had to defend against, which is very, very cool. And then we get to see that, wow, Granolah's impressed by how strong these Saiyans are. And I'm like, dude, I feel like you should have known this. And I wonder if he's shocked by how strong the Saiyans are. Like, what does he expect Frieza to be? Like, I know he expected Frieza to be more of a threat than the Saiyans. But, like, how little scale, how like minute was his understanding of the world beforehand? Like, I feel like it was common knowledge. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't common knowledge. But like, first form Frieza, the most common form of Frieza that was known by pretty much everybody, had a power level of 530,000. And while that's a big number, I feel like Granolah should like have some concept of that or something like that. I don't know. This seems very, very weird that he seems so like ignorant despite being a galaxy traveled sniper. Like, this dude feels like he's so, like, he's new to the world, obviously, in our perspective, because he's a new villain that just popped up out of nowhere, a new antagonist. But it seems like he's just new in general to, like, the modern world of Dragon Ball. And to be fair, I don't blame him, because the modern world of Dragon Ball consists of, like, 2 planets, Namek and Earth. But still, I feel like some of the old information he should know more about, especially considering he's in constant contact with the Sugarians. He constantly is doing jobs for the Heaters, who are, like, seemingly big intergalactic mob bosses. So I feel like he's so unknowledgeable for someone who has his kind of position. Like, I was expecting a hit kind of personality with Granolah. Maybe not like the pure serious business type with a little bit of fun behind him, but someone who was like knowledgeable, made connections, understood people, was in good connections and good knowledge. But he seems very, very ignorant. And we get to see that Granolah is like he's annoyed with how Vegeta's just calling him out on, like, yo, you realize, like, your strongest title really ain't doing much if I'm still here, bro. But speaking of strongest title, we get to see that Goku gets up, and he doesn't have the sense of being, because I'm assuming Vegeta still has the other one. But on the bright side, he's up again, so maybe he can come in and help out. And Goku, no, Vegeta did not join the fight. He took over the fight, because you got one shot, buddy. I hate to tell you. But then we get to see Granolah is like, he's still, I'm the strongest in the universe, buddy. What do you think these little puny shots are gonna do to me? I'm built different. I'm Granolah. I'm sorry, I know I'm mocking Granolah way too much, but I really, really do not like the way Toyotaro's taking him right now. Even though I can definitely tell this is definitely for a character arc, I'm not rocking with it so far. But then we get to see that Vegeta has finally sort of adapted, because when Granolah gets angry and starts throwing around his energy, like, I'm assuming, like, closer to his max, if not flat out at his max, Vegeta's able to dodge. In fact, Vegeta, like, read the battle so well that he made Granolah destroy some of his own old town, like his own ruins, ruining his own history. And Vegeta's like, bro, come on now. You gonna destroy your own people now? They're already dead. But, man, you're just destroying them even more. And Granola's like, how dare you? You're a dead man. Granolah, they should have been a dead man the moment they landed on this gosh darn planet. You lie, you loser, you fool, you fiend. Granolah. But then we get to see that Vegeta's like, yeah, I can tell, dog. You're green, you're dog water, you're fodder. And Granola's like, huh? How can you tell? And like, Vegeta literally just played the most basic trick in the book. Like, he guessed something, decided to ask the question, and then gets Granolah to confirm it. He's like, yo, bro, let me go with you real quick. I am like 50-something years old at this point. I have fought a bunch of people, and I can tell you fought like 2. You're definitely a sniper, bro. You have no idea how to fight. You're just throwing around your power. And the thing is, Vegeta just shows this off by doing well, really not necessarily the impossible, but doing something that he wasn't able to do before, which was use Granola's own, like, just, oh, I'm just super strong, I'm gonna throw my power around mentality to his favor. Because Vegeta asks him, yo, you been training? And Granola's like, why do I need to train? I'm built different. And then he clocks Vegeta directly in the stomach. And he's like, yo, fun fact, strength is not everything in a fight. It's a lot in a fight. Do not let Vegeta lie to you, bro. Dude, it's a lot in a fight. And, like, legitimately, Vegeta, you'd be dead if this guy didn't give you time to adapt, you would be dead. I think that means his strength mattered a lot in a fight. But let's just go with that. So Vegeta manages to do some serious damage to Granolah by attacking, I guess, supposedly one of his vital points. Like, he jabs him, like, elbow thrusts directly down on, like, the junction between, I can't tell if it's, like, the side of Granola's leg because of how the art is inked, but that's because it's all black pants. But it looks like he slams Granolah right on that junction and it actually hurts him. And suddenly Granola's like, my leg. And the thing is, Vegeta's like, yo, guess what? You're the strongest. Fantastic. And guess what? Being the strongest doesn't mean you always take dubs. Just look at, I don't know, Vegeta, I'm trying to think. In Dragon Ball? I mean, in Dragon Ball? I mean, I guess Kid Buu was stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And then but no, then Goku had to get the Spirit Bomb. And then, I guess Frieza was stronger than Goku, but Frieza stalled out until he was weaker than Goku, and then y'all managed to kill him. Hit, you had to outpower him. Let me think. Jiren, you had to outpower him. I'm trying to think. Heck, even Goku Black / Zamasu, if he was Zamasu, you had to overpower him. Darn, hold on, I'm actually going through it. Frieza had to be overpowered. Raditz, he didn't have to be overpowered. Now, okay, I'll give Raditz that, but even then, the special beam cannon only worked because Piccolo was stronger in that moment. And of course, the prep time. Yeah, now, once again, don't be afraid to correct me in the comment section down below, but the only real time that power wasn't one of the biggest deciding factors in a Dragon Ball fight was like Master Roshi versus Goku. Because Roshi wasn't, well, actually, that's arguable. Because I think was Roshi still stronger at this point? No, I think they were pretty much equals. So that was like a skill fight down to the photo finish. So I'll give that. And that was just like Roshi had longer legs. But I'm trying to think, a lot of Dragon Ball fights are really decided by who was the strongest. But you know what, we won't even get into that. That's just a weird tangent I ended up going on because I just reread that. But the thing is, Vegeta's like, wow, this is fun. And well, it's weird to see Vegeta talk like this, though. Like, I like the arc it implies for Vegeta, and it goes into what Beerus was talking with him earlier about the whole Saiyan nature and stuff like that. But the thing is, Vegeta's talking about how he enjoys fighting, how he's enjoying all of this is amazing, and he's like really loving the combat again. And to be fair, Vegeta's always loved fighting, it's what he's done, but we've never heard him like outwardly state it like this. Like, this seems like a much more Goku kind of talk, and I kind of like that, because Goku accepted his Saiyan roots and biology back in like the Frieza arc, and to be fair, Vegeta was our definition of a Saiyan for a very long time, but I guess Vegeta's own interpretation of the nature of Saiyans is changing due to how he's being trained as a god of destruction. I think that's very, very cool. And I also like how Vegeta is kind of like maybe confirming that the wish was a stagnant point in time, because like Vegeta goes on to say, yo, guess what, you can be the strongest for whenever you made that wish, but that title can be stolen away in an instant. Just look at me, I was stronger than Kakarot for like 2 seconds at least 5 times throughout this series, and bada bing bada boom, he became the strongest again. Then his son surpassed me one time, but we won't talk about that. And the thing is, Vegeta explains like, yo, guess what, buddy, I'm cheating, I'm a whole Saiyan, dog. Guess what, I've been growing strong since this fight even began. And the thing is, Granola's like, now I'm gonna use my full power on you, blah blah blah. And that he does, because he just pokes right through Vegeta's guard. Like, Vegeta does manage to grab Granola's arms, or like arm singular, with both of his hands, and Vegeta still gets jabbed directly straight through the armor, and he coughs blood. Like, this is, I love the manga because they do not have to hold back in terms of just like sheer artwork, and Vegeta coughs blood, is in pain, is looking like he's on the verge of death. And then we get to hear a line that I really like from Vegeta, so I'm gonna have to voice act this real quick. There's no planet to protect, no people to save, just me immersed in battle, my happy place. Just the thing to get a battle-crazed Saiyan's blood pumping. And I know I did nowhere near any Vegeta voice there, but that's because I can't manage it. I can do nowhere near a Vegeta voice. But still, I love that line from Vegeta because it shows that he's definitely giving back into his Saiyan roots. Like, it's not just a pride thing. Like, he's expanding the idea of his Saiyan nature beyond the idea of Saiyan pride, and more so expanding it generally to the idea of Saiyan existence. The existence of a happy race of people who love to fight. And we definitely get to see that by how he's enjoying this fight, and while he's coughing blood, bleeding, and his eyes are starting to turn red and they're literally veining up, he's smiling. I think that's great. I think that's really, really good progression to give Vegeta. Like, having Vegeta, our original Saiyan, turn around and adapt the Saiyan ways and adapt the Saiyan nature into something new. Or not really something new, but something that he's always known, something that he's always understood, something that he's always seen in Goku, in Kakarot, but he himself has never truly acknowledged fully. Seeing him acknowledge it here is a very good thing, and I'm glad that we're getting to see this route being taken for Vegeta's character. Of all routes, it's really, really good. And as much as I don't like this goofy transformation, we do get to see that Vegeta is changing. And even Goku knows, like, whoa, Vegeta's ki just changed. It kind of feels like God ki, but this God ki kind of built different, dog. I ain't gonna cop. And then we get to see Vegeta surrounded by this Hakai aura, and Granolah starts firing into it. And I don't know if Granolah is using full power here. Once again, we can't really tell. But everything that goes into the aura, all of Granolah's shots, his pew pew pews, they all just dissipate immediately. And then the aura fades away, and we get to see Hakaisen Vegeta. And this is an interesting point. I'm wondering if this is like bringing back the idea of like the godly forms having some sort of built-in healing, or if Vegeta just ate the other senzu bean. Like, I'm not sure if he ate the other senzu bean or he like can heal himself with the Kai energy. Or this weird idea I thought of when I first read the chapter, like, did he Hakai away the wounds? Like, could he like destroy the idea of the wounds on him, and that's how he managed to just heal himself up, to save the senzu bean for Kakarot, who has no real way to self-heal? I wonder. I feel like the destroying the wounds is a concept that's a bit too much of a stretch, but I'd be cool with it. And like I said, I do not like the way this form looks. That's all the depth I went into. In terms of actual narrative significance behind this form and what the design means, this form's fine. In fact, it's pretty good, because this is like a merger between Vegeta's current arc, which is the whole Saiyan thing, which you can see with how he's sort of hunched over in the same pose he was when he was a great ape, how his eyebrows are very defined. He even gets some of the cheekbones back in that one shot where you see him out. I think it's a very goofy looking face, but still, you get to see the cheekbones back. It's very much resembling a great ape, but just without the tail. This is sort of our thing, and the hair getting shorter is also an homage to the great ape form, because in Vegeta's great ape form, his hair wasn't as prominent, or as long as it was, it shrunk down. So this definitely is a massive homage to Saiyan nature, while at the same time incorporating godly essence by being the whole, Hakai energy, the Hakaishin form. And to be fair, narratively, this is great. Progression-wise, this is great, and hopefully this is the UI equivalent, even if it is just like, I hope this is kind of an omen. I hope this isn't perfect, because I would like Vegeta to like slim down, to like mimic Beerus in a sense, like truly unite the ways of the monkey and deity, and truly just become like a solid mix between the two. Like, you can keep a lot of the Saiyan homages, like you can keep the shorter hair, you can keep the meat brows, as much as I don't like them. Like, I just really don't like the meat brows. You can keep everything else, but don't keep the bulk. Like, let that slim down. One of my favorite things about Super Saiyan God was how it took the Saiyans in an opposite direction. There was no more boom, 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 bulking up everywhere. It was just shrinking down. And I was hoping that was a concept that would be mimicked with Ultra Instinct, because look at all the angels, but it wasn't. So I feel like this is the time to like allow the Saiyans to differentiate themselves even more by having Vegeta slim up a bit rather than him re-bulking up. And yeah, I think this was a very, very solid chapter. In fact, if Granolah didn't drag the chapter down by being boring, I would definitely give this chapter like more than an 8 out of 10, but I will still give it an 8 out of 10 just because of how hard Vegeta just takes the narrative, puts on his character development shoes, and backpacks it throughout the entire thing. So he does get a clean 8 out of 10. However, Granolah has just become less and less of an interesting antagonist, and while I do think it's important that he learns this lesson, I still will take points away from the chapter, because he's not fun to follow anymore. He's not interesting anymore. He's just your basic villain, or your basic antagonist, and there's no fun in that. However, that's what I think on the chapter. I think it's great. I still can't wait to see what we have in the next chapter. I hope the form gets a little bit of tweaking. If this is what the form is going to look like permanently, that's fine. Like I said, it's okay for me to like something or dislike something, and for you to like something. Don't let my opinion ever sway you. I just tell you what I think. And yeah, but speaking of what I think compared to what you think, please tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off.